Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends. Welcome back, thank you for joining me today. Should we do something festive? Okay. We have another minimally edited video, which is just pure delight, my end. So we'll jump right in. We are using Madame Glam's silver Cateye, super Cateye, sorry, it's called super Cateye. I love this polish. You could, if you wanted at this point, we're going to do sort of curved stripes for candy canes. You could do the whole nail silver and bring out the zhuzh of the Cateye if you want. I tried that first and it wasn't giving the sort of effect I wanted. I want each section to have its own, you know, Cateye bit, have its own, you know what I mean? I'm sure you do. So we're going to do a little swirl, bring out the zhuzh. Love a zhuzh. We love a zhuzh over here, don't we? And then we're going to cure that. And then we're going to do the same, but leave a gap. Leave a gap for what happens afterwards. Thanks for being here with me. I like that you're here. Makes me very happy. But yes, this is another not edited much video, which is so much easier for me. It does make the videos a bit longer. Hope that's okay with you. You can double tap on the right hand side of the screen if you want to skip forward 10 minutes. Or triple tap, not 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Triple tap for 20 seconds. And the same, if you do it on the left, it goes back. So we've done stripes like that. And now we're going to take Ball Pit Nails Hex Girl, which was a limited edition, but I think she might still have it. And it's a jelly glitter red. Oh, it's lovely. So we're going to put that over this Cateye. And then we're going to have a red glitter Cateye. And it's just going to be delicious. I fucked up though. I'll tell you when I messed up when we get to it. But yeah, I did mess up at one point. So we'll do that on all the silver bits that we've done so far. And cure as we go. That's me saying, gonna do them all. And then give it a full cure. And then we're going to go back in with the silver Cateye again. The super Cateye, sorry. Super Cateye. Do, 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 do. What's that? Do, 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 do. Is that the A-team? Yeah, I'm also using the Ball Pit Nails Double Trouble brush for this. I really like it for line work, skinny stuff. Right, so again with these, we're going to bring out the zhuzh each time and then flash cure it. Even 10 seconds is enough just to hold the zhuzh in place. What is the zhuzh called? The Cateye effect? I prefer zhuzh. To hold that in place so that when we zhuzh the next one, it doesn't affect the zhuzh of the one before. So we'll go all the way in our gaps like this. Try and get out as much of the zhuzh as you can, which I see it from a different angle than the camera sees it, so sometimes it doesn't look like I'm doing it right. And now we're going to use Votino's Teflon Matte to go over all of it, because we're going to do some chrome in a sec. Sorry, I just like slapped myself in the mouth as I said that. We're going to do some chroming, and this means that wherever we put the chrome, it will only stick to wherever we're putting the chrome. So cure that, and I'm taking Madame Glam's white gel paint, which I keep forgetting. Well, I clearly didn't forget here, but I must keep more to the front of my mind. I've got to move the cupboard in my brain that this information is in and put it in a more important cupboard, because this works for chroming. So you can use this as a you know, I love it for line work and things like small details, but you can also use it for chrome. So we're going to outline every swirl. Not really a swirl, is it? Curve. Is there a swoop? Anyway, we're going to outline all of those. Messed up a bit, so let's wipe that away. And then we'll cure it. And then we're going to cure it. we are curing it. We're going to take this Magician palette, which I believe is from Betsy, and we're going to go over these. It does end up sticking to some places other than the white, but I think that's where I might have used the cleanup end of the brush to clean up my lines a little bit and had some product in the brush, the cleanup brush, so it kind of, or just where I've cleaned it up a bit, it's left a bit of tackiness or shine, so the chrome stuck to it. But I'm just going to use the cleanup brush again and wipe those bits off, just like that, because they're not topped, so you can wipe them off, but careful obviously not to wipe off the lines that we want to stay there. How is everybody? Are you all okay? I'm in my pyjamas lying on my bed and it's 1:53 in the morning. Now, you can top coat at this stage if you want and be done if you want a flat nail, but we're going to animate this a tad. So I'm taking the McCart rhinestone glue, which is really good, thick for doing 3D things like this. And we're going to try and keep it in between the gold lines. You don't want these all touching. So we're going to do the silver ones first. Flash as you go, keep the hump in place. So we've done all the silver ones, and then we can do the red. But again, try to keep, don't go over the chrome if you can, because we don't want these humps touching each other. There was something else I was just going to say. Oh, this is where I messed up. That brush that I'm using, I cleaned it, but not well enough. So I think it had a bit of white in it. So it's kind of misted this clear I'm using, which was really annoying. I did go to measures to rectify it. I won't bore you with what they were. But just make sure your brush is clean when you're doing clear stuff, because otherwise it will be a bit misty. Those two ended up touching, those humps, they got a bit close. So I ran a cuticle stick through the groove between them just to scrape it off. And now we are top coating. So we're going to get all our, all three things just came to mind that I needed to say. Number one, this is going to cover our chrome, because obviously chrome always needs to be topped. And we need to make sure that we're putting pressure down and dragging it so that we don't fill in the little valleys between the humps. And now we have this kind of 3D puffy, Cateye, glittery, chrome candy cane. So I have the red is a tiny bit misty. Well, I suppose all of it is a bit misty, but I tried to fix it, so it might be a bit better when we see it at the end. Before we carry on though, who loves Jeulia Jewelry? This girl loves Jeulia Jewelry, and they're sponsoring another video. So I've got two things to show you today. Both are spanking. I'd never actually read what that stop thing says, but it hasn't caused any issues so far. So before I forget, because I forgot to mention something last time and I felt awful. So Jeulia are having a Christmas sale, and there's a special 15% off code for you, which is MISSJO 15. There's a link in the description to all the things I've shown you before, a link that takes you to all the things I've shown you. So these will be on there. So use that link, but then also just look at everything on the website, because there's just so much stuff on there and it will suit, there's something for everybody on there. Holy smokes, look at that sparkle. That looks like I've put a filter on or something. Wasn't there a sparkly filter going around a while ago? That was just how blinking, literally blinking sparkly these are. I've got this for my mum. I'm going to give it to her for Christmas. It doesn't matter that I'm showing the video because she doesn't watch them. But this is the Jeulia heart-shaped sterling silver bracelet. It's absolutely gorgeous. The bling is it's not tiny. The circle blings, but they're not like garishly huge. They're like just the right size. They're baby bear's porridge to be like blingy but not gaudy. And the sparkle is just so good. I said it before, I'll say it again. They need to start making nail crystals because they're so sparkly. This would look nicer on my mum's wrist because I have massive hands. So maybe on a more delicate wrist. My mum has wrists the size of twiglets. So I think that's just going to look amazing on her. And a really nice, you know, hearts. Perfect little mum gift bracelet, or for someone to get you. And then this is what I've got for myself. Oh, this is so amazing. This is the Leo constellation. Oh my God. It's like a constellation, stars. Oh, I love it. I love it. I was so excited to get this in the post. And it has not disappointed. Obviously, you can get them in all the constellations. They also come in, you can get it in rose gold, gold, or silver. It's called the Jeulia Constellation Necklace with Stones. I need to take it off the black. Do I do that? Oh, look at the sparkle though. Even the chain is like so shiny. Everything's like polished so well. So that's my, oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this. It's so pretty. My little Leo constellation. How amazing is that? Such a good gift for people like me. I know a lot of you are like me and love, you know, all stars and spacey stuff. So it's absolutely perfect for that. So these are the two pieces that I have. And just a reminder that you can get 15% off with the link in the description. Use the link and then the code MISSJO15. And I think the 15% off works on sale items too. That's amazing because they're having a Christmas sale. So I highly recommend you head over there and have a look at their stuff. Thank you so much for sponsoring another video. I am always so happy with what arrives. That necklace, it's my everything. I love it so much. So head on down there, use the link, you use the discount code and find something for someone to buy you. Or, you know, you can buy someone else something, but the former would be better. So back to nail stuff. I can't remember the order I put these things in, so I'm not really sure what we're about to do. But we're using bold white. And we're going to do 2 coats of this, I think. Is this the... Yeah. And then we're taking Legacy, which I'll use quite a bit in this video. It's just a really nice bright red. And it's good for putting red stuff on top, you know, red glitter on top or red chrome on top because it's so bright. And then we're going to do some stripes. So we're doing another candy cane. But I thought, what about a cable knit candy cane? There are some things I'd do differently. I would have made these lines a tiny bit skinnier. Oh, look at that. Oh. Now we're just going to make it thicker. Instead of trying to wipe that bit off, let's just paint over it. There we go. I would have done these a little bit skinnier and added an extra red stripe. And I'll explain maybe why when we get a bit further on. It's kind of giving... Oh, I just said it's giving. Like I was born in 2000 and something. No offence to those of you born in 2000 and something. I was born, you know... I've got love for you if you were born in the 80s. The 80s, that's me. What they're saying? Yeah, it's giving kind of TGI Fridays or barbershop. But it does does get better, I think. So we're doing these stripes and we're going to cure. Yes, I have done 2 coats of the white, but just one of the red because it only needed one. The white only really needed one, but sometimes I think it's just habit of doing 2 coats. So I'm now taking the velvet matte. The velvet. I think this is what velvet nail polish sounds like. If it had a voice, you know, it'd be like, hello, I'm velvet matte. And we velveted. And I'm taking the detail liner, which is a brush that wasn't in my primary brush pot. So haven't used for ages because completely unaware that I had it, but it's great. And we're going to do little dashes. I'm kind of going for ovals, but kind of also going for, I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm putting red on red. So whatever shape comes out will be just fine. That's a good shape, you know, whatever, because you can't really go wrong with it. So I'm adding little dashes and I wanted them to be, I'm going to do the same on the white, but going in the opposite direction. So they kind of form a little V. And this is why I wanted to maybe make an extra red line and have done it smaller so that all these cable knit bits are closer together. So whilst that's still wet, I'm taking the McCart acrylic powder. How proud of me are you all of you who've been here for so long and remember the eBay, remember the eBay powder, that this is still in, you know, pristine condition. To be honest, actually, there were a couple of tiny specks of red glitter in it. I tried to fish them out, but ended up just pushing them further down. So I just stirred the whole thing, and now it looks white again. So we fully saturated that gel polish with the acrylic powder and then cured it, a full cure. And now we're going to take whipped cream gel polish and do the same, but going in the other direction. I was kind of getting confused because I want them to be diagonally angled, so they face each other diagonally, so they come in a little V. But doing that meant that these ones, when you look straight on at the nail, are almost vertical, and the red ones are sort of horizontal. So it was, you know, when your mind goes a bit, it can't quite compute. This has a little error. I was having one of those moments. Like, I'm going for diagonal, but I'm painting vertically. Something's not right. It doesn't quite add up. But I wish I'd done these closer together and bigger. Well, one or the other. I probably couldn't do both. Because I wanted them all. I wanted the cable knit to be really sort of tight knit. Like a close knit with not much gapping. No holes in the wool. But but it didn't quite go like that, but I'm just carrying on. So I'll do the same again, and now we're on the last bit, and I think I was brave enough to do some at the top and bottom. You could do it all in one go, but I probably wouldn't recommend it because you're putting things close together. You don't want the gel to touch each other, you know. You don't want them to gloop together. Gloop. I think one of them has on the top red stripe on the left. No, middle stripe, bottom left of the middle stripe. Or top left, I don't know. At the top. So that's that. And it looks... I'll tell you what to do. Now, wipe over it with a lint-free wipe that you've got some isopropyl alcohol on it. And it makes the colours... I don't know, it does something, but I would recommend doing that, which sounds really weird, but do it. So that was our candy cane cable knit, a knitted candy cane. Just thought it'd be interesting. I have got some other ideas for that sort of thing. Might get round to it. And now, let's take a breath. Should we take a breath? Let's. Okay, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to hold for 5, and we're going to slowly exhale, and we're all just going to calm down and relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the muscles. There we go. I've done Legacy again, cured it, shiny topped, cured. Now I'm adding this red chrome from Born Pretty store. I bloody love this red chrome. It's such a good red chrome, and it doesn't go twinkly. It doesn't go sort of sparkly when you top it. You know, sometimes it does on chromes, but this one doesn't. And now we are... What did I do there? Did I base and then top? Hang on, let me go back. Okay, it didn't show me doing it, but I put a base coat on it, cured it, and then velveted because I was a bit unsure about velveting a chrome. But if you velvet chromes without putting anything over it first, then that's fine. And now we're doing just a bunch of curves. I made a tiny little dot in the center, curved, and then mirrored that, but going the other way. That's not mirrored then, is it? At the bottom. And now we're just adding more curves. I wanted to get 5 white, what are these, like peppermints? Stripes. Ended up getting 6, but make sure when you're doing these curves that you're focusing on, you know, 2 curves make 1 section. So make sure you do enough that you don't just have a random spare line anywhere. And then we will cure that. Oh no, we won't. We're going to fill it in. I think I'm going to switch brushes to the ultra liner, just because it holds more product and it's a bit bushier. And I mess up straight away, I think, and have to make this a bit thicker, but that's okay. So we're going to fill every other section in. Make sure you get skinny as you get towards the center, because I found, because I did this a couple of times and was cocking up, because I was trying to do 5, but when I did 5 white sections, or the lines for 5 white sections, 2 of them, the ones on the sides, always looked really fat, and they didn't want that. So we've got 6. Have we got 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. But the whites will join in the center. The reds won't, because where you've brought the white to the center, the reds don't make it quite to the center. So if you do towards the center, do it as skinny as you can, so that you don't lose too much of the inside bit towards the middle of the nail of the red. Okay, I worry so much when I say things like that it make no sense, but then people comment and say, yeah, no, that makes sense. So we'll stick with it. And now I'm topping. Oh, did that chrome come up? Yes. And before I cure, I'm going to take some of the Macart rhinestone glue, and I'm going to put a little dollop in the center, and I'm going to put a crystal on. You can put a crystal in top coat, but it probably won't stay on for very long. So we're using this, and then we're going to boop that on there. Give it a sec. Where I've booped it in, it kind of created a circle, squished circle around the gem. So I just left it for a sec to level out. And that's that. I really like that. Simple. The curves, getting them in the right place took me a few goes, but once you get it, you get it. Once you've got it, don't redo it. Bold white again and legacy again. I'm going to do just less than half. This looks like half though, Joseph. Of this in bold white, and I'm about to mess up now. I wipe it off before curing it. And then I'm taking legacy and I'm going to do the other side. I think when I wiped off that mistake, I might have made the white side a bit smaller, because I wanted the red side to be just a bit left of center. And then we're going to cure that. I can feel my throat getting very dry. All right, I'm going to wipe and buff this. The white has had 2 coats, the red has had 1 coat. I'm going to wipe and buff because I'm going to burnish some glitter on the red side. So we only wanted to stick to the red side, so we don't want the white side to be tacky. So we finished the 2 coats on the white side, but only done 1 on the red side, because we're going to use the second one to burnish into. You could, if you wanted, matte it instead of wipe and buff, but why add an extra layer for no reason? So now we can go over the red again. I'm going to half cure it. That's very slow. This whole video, I think, is at 1.2 speed, so it's 20% quicker than it actually is. Oh, I cured it for 20 seconds. That's my little reminder. What's it saying? Curing, wiping. It's gone. So now we're going to cover it with this sparkly red, and we're going to burnish. Oh, I love burnishing glitter so much. I haven't done it in ages. I bet it was last Christmas I last burnished. So we're going to press firmly, and then you can just lightly rub in circles, just barely touching the surface. Rub in circles, and anything that isn't sticking to the nail will come off, obviously. But it's so flat, and this only works with a fine glitter. Look how flat it is. It's literally one tiny glitter deep. Because I imagine them all sort of, as you rub them in, I imagine them all making little sort of, imagine them as tiny hexagons that are all now in perfect sort of uniformity on the nail, just 1 coat thick, which is why it's so flat. So we've shiny topped the red side, cured, Oh, and after I burnished, did I finish the cure? Yeah, I think I did. But I think it probably would have been tacky enough to burnish a very fine glitter even after a full cure, but I did 20 seconds and then finished it. Shiny top to the red, matte top to the white, and now we're going to do a snowflake with dots and lines. And I'm done talking about nails for a few seconds. So snowflake. Yeah. I just kind of get a bit bored of hearing my voice. In my head, I'm like, just shh, stop talking. I think in a minute, when I finish this, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to make a hot chocolate, and I'm going to make a special hot chocolate because I'm going to put some Baileys in it. I had one the other night when I had my first drink since January, and I forgot how amazing a Bailey's hot chocolate is. I have to make sure though, you know, you've got to, oh, I've messed this bit up. I wasn't paying attention. I remember thinking that you weren't paying enough attention then because I was watching something. I can't remember what I was watching. Oh, I was watching the Pembrokeshire, or is it just Pembroke? Pembrokeshire murders? Or Pembrokeshire something. You know you've put too much Baileys in when your hot chocolate isn't very hot. It was kind of it was just a bit hotter than warm. So maybe I should put a bit less in. It's not because I want booze, it's just because it tastes so bloody amazing. So trying to make sure I go through these dots, I had a thought. Line your brush up. Get your brush so that it's aimed from where you're starting the line, and the straight line of the brush lines up when you're looking down at it to the dot you're going to. Also thought you could do all the lines first and then add the dots if you don't, or if you prefer the more crisp looking dot, because where we pull through the wet dots, you see at the top of the snowflake, the top arm and the bottom arm, the dot pulls out, like tapers out to be the end of the arm. Am I doing it again? So if you don't like the fact that it sort of pulls the circle, pulls the dot, then you could do your lines first and then add the dots. I think that would look nice as well. And then we're just going to add some other dots and pull them into the arms like this. I think I need to rectify those dots. I did. Did I get it on camera? Not sure. But not editing. Oh, gang. It's fantastic. I still had to edit. I still spent, you know, a fair bit of time doing it. But compared to normal, nothing. And it was just so nice. It was so nice. And one of you said that you like seeing, you know, you like seeing me dipping in and doing this because you get to see how I'm putting the product on the brush, because I'll put product on and then maybe wipe a bit, or I'll dab a bit off, or I'll add a bit more, or this, that and the other. And I suppose that does help to see that process as well, because it's not just dip your brush in the product and go straight to the nail. You know, like then I dipped my brush a tiny bit into the product and then tapped some off on the rim of the pot. Little things like that. I imagine are quite helpful, especially if you're new to nail art. Now we're not taking anything. We're doing some little stars, because stars. And then we cured that, because that's the word's just fallen out my head. Gel paint. We don't need to worry about topping that white. It's cured. It's tack free. And now we're going to do some cable knit on the left. So we're going to do it in white. I did have initially was going to do a nudie, sort of a warm nude background, and have a red cable knit side, but changed my mind last minute because the video was taking on a kind of red, white, silver vibe. So I thought we'll stick with that. And this isn't a set, this is just some red ideas. So I'm doing 2 lines down here, and then in between them I'm just going to do loads of little tiny lines. And you don't need to go back to your palette between every line, because I'm also using the product from the straight lines and kind of almost just stretching it to the line that it's parallel to. The size of my little squares that we're making, not uniform whatsoever. But that's okay. It's fine. We're taking a much more chilled approach at the moment. Just trying to de-stress. Not that I'm like overly stressed. Something's stressing me out at the moment though. As we go, we're going to cover this in acrylic powder. You can do your whole design and then do it if you're brave enough to not have anything end up sort of blobbing together or smudging it, but we're going to do it bit by bit. We're going to take the detail liner again, are we? Yes. And dip it in, and then see I'm kind of rubbing it on there a bit. Loading the brush, it's called, so you've got product in the brush. And then we're coming down, going angled to the right, and then down again. And then the next one will start parallel to the last down line. So this is a down line, and then the next one will start parallel, oh no, bit more, parallel to that. And we're just going to keep going like that. I wish I'd have done this whole side better. Like I should have made these, what are these? Let's just call them ziggity zags. I wish I'd have made them thicker, maybe closer together. But again, just kind of trying to be a bit more laid back about things. Not that I'm a stressy person, but I think with the not editing as well, I was like, the more I, try something, don't like it, wipe it off, try it again, do this, do that, the more I will actually need to get some editing in. So it was kind of a one take situation. Sometimes I would have to wipe something off if I did a line wrong or something, like when I was doing the peppermint one. So deleted that, but this was kind of, it was almost, I feel like I'm kind of doing it live, because I know that the goal is to do minimal editing. So whatever goes on there, if it's passable, it stays. It's probably maybe not the right approach to take, but it's definitely a more chilled out one. Well, chilled out and not chilled out at the same time. Got to get it right. That's the sort of bit, but got to get it right because we're not going to edit much. That's the good bit. That's the bit that makes me happy. We've done some dots down the side. Didn't know what to put there, and dots make everything better. So we went with dots, and then we'll cover this again and give a full cure. Yeah, something's really stressing me out at the moment. I might tell you about it soon. It's nothing, don't worry, no stress. It's no effect on you whatsoever. But it will be something that I might share, hopefully once it's resolved. So this is more visible in real life than on camera. The cable knit side of it is not showing up very well on camera. A full white cable knit nail would be nice, wouldn't it? Now we're going to take the Super Cateye again. I think I only used a handful of polishes in this whole video. We're going to bring out the zhuzh. This has got a bit of a... If this spoke, it would be quite fancy pants, wouldn't it? And then we will cure it. In you go. And then we're going to take this again, the Hex Girl, because I just fell in love with this combo, this over this. I did have to sort of concentrate on the amount of pressure you're putting down here, because I didn't want it, because otherwise it can go a bit streaky. See how it's a little bit streaky? I might have fixed that before going in the lamp. Then we're going to use velvet again. Velvet top coat. And the only reason I'm velvet top coating is because I need to be able to see what I'm doing next. And if I didn't velvet top coat, I'd be pretty much painting with my eyes closed. We're going to take Born Pretty's BPCA03, which is a dark, a really gorgeous sort of deep, almost burgundy plummy jelly. And we're going to do a line down here and then 2 lines across. Watch how my pinky stays in place, and it's just the fingers using the brush are moving. My wrist stays in the same place. My arm doesn't move back as I'm coming down. Everything stays still, just the fingers holding the brush move. Everything else is really anchored down to help you sort of have a steady hand when painting straight lines, straightish. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. And then I'm going to cure that before doing the horizontal ones, because I want there to be sort of 2 layers over the bits where they cross over. I will mention that once I'd finished this, I didn't think you could see the lines well enough, these lines that we're doing now, so I went over them again. So maybe do 2 coats of this. I don't know if it needed it. I think this would work better in different colours. This, oh frick, I'll put on screen the inspo, because some of these are inspired by pictures I saw, I think. And this was inspired by a Varnail video. You should go and check out Varnail. They've got some amazing sparkles and some amazing, incredible cat eyes. And use my link, because I've got a code that you can use with that link as well. All in the description. Now I'm going to wipe and buff. Maybe I have done 2 coats at this point. I don't think I have. I'm wiping and buffing just to kind of smooth out the ridge between this and this bit. You know, where we've crossed over, because it was kind of messing up with my lines. So maybe when you get to, you can do normal pressure here, or thin pressure, and then a little bit less on the humpy bit, because otherwise it goes a bit fatter, because you've got this raised bit. So lift off on the pressure as you go over where they join. Yeah? We good with that? And then I'm just going to add some white lines. Yeah, the Varnail one, they did this with like a pink and a red, I think, and it looked amazing. And then they did it with a blue and a pink, and that looked amazing as well. And I really wanted to do the blue and pink one, but that just wouldn't look right in this thumbnail, would it? That would drive me bananas. So we went with dark red on red, which, you know, hindsight, not the best choice, Joseph, but it's okay. And I should have maybe added some more white lines, maybe added a little snowflake or something. But I promise you, this shows up so much better in real life. You can really see the sort of tartan pattern. But on the video, it just looks like we've just got a red nail with random white lines on it. But try it with different colours. You know, a pink jelly, but all jellies. So a pink jelly over a blue cat eye or something. And it looked really cool. Now my voice is really going, oh, Bailey's hot chocolate, here we come. So this is some red ideas. Let me know what you think. Definitely let me know which one is your favourite. I think mine is the peppermint one, I think. No, maybe the one on the far left. It does look super cool in real life. But let me know which one is yours. Let me know what you think in the comments. Come say hello. I love to hear from you. Don't forget to check out the links for Jeulia Jewelry and loads of nail stuff places in the description. Like, comment and subscribe. I appreciate you being here so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.